Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Skyrim Special Edition. So, last time we fast traveled to Dragon's Bridge and I had, instead of a shout for Dragon Rind equipped, which is what I was expecting, I turned into Dragon Lord now that we're doing the Dawnguard DLC, and that irritated Serena, my companion, and so we can't do that. So, almost certainly as we fast travel here, I'm going to have enough time to spin around, and then a dragon's going to appear. Well, I walked up to this guy, I asked him if he knew of a moth priest. Dragon? Where are you, dragon? There you are. And this time it's an ancient dragon instead of a blood dragon. I'm trying to lock in my shots. And see, Dragon Random, because that will cause them to land on the ground, and getting them on the ground is particularly helpful. Now I need to quickly search this dragon and get the things I want off of him. And I'll absorb his soul while I'm searching this dead Stormcloak guy. Yeah, he's got nothing. Just pick some plants while we wait to absorb his soul. Dragon soul absorbed. And I believe I have 3 dragon souls right now and haven't found any of the words. Wait, was there one I hadn't unlocked? No. Yeah. So let's go into this inn and see if anybody's seen the moth priests.
No offense, but you're not looking so good. Are you feeling ill?
Working hard gives a man reason for drinking hard. Well, that and putting up with a wife like mine.
I wish I could buy firewood from him.
Nah, I don't think so.
So he hasn't heard of a moth priest?
All right, then.
How about you?
Fate is the name. I keep the inn. Let's sate that appetite.
Let's see. Ingredients, salt pile, lockpicks, and a silver ring. I'll give him all of that. And then we'll come over here and look at what weapon I might have sitting amongst my collection. And see, I can ask if I've heard any rumors lately.
They say Falion of Morthal has studied vampires, Draugr, and all matter of undead.
Rising at dawn.
See ya.
So, maybe we won't do this quest, but if you ever thought there were any quests that you missed, it's probably the best way possible to start new quests. Let's see, can we do it again?
The meals I serve ain't
Nope.
what I'd call a Jarl's feast, but they'll fill your belly.
So going to every inn in every location very well might be the... Right, and we're looking for... We were... Ask people at Dragonbridge if they saw the moth priest. Are there any people around? What time is it? 9 p.m. Lumber camp. Maybe we can go into the outpost and talk to some people here.
I'm fairly certain you wandered into the wrong building, friend. Citizen?
And see, we have an Imperial guy here. This was part of a quest, this area, where we stole orders and falsified them.
Can I help you?
Yes, please.
Have you met my husband? Well, don't bother. He's a drunk. Nah, I don't think so.
Your husband drinking too much?
He promised me, swore on his ancestors that he'd give up the mead. And what do I find out? He's been stashing drink in a cave nearby. He even has some wolves guarding it. I swear, I should just cut out his tongue. That would be the end of it.
I could get rid of your
If you want
husband's
to
stash.
try, but I'll keep my dagger sharpened just in case. You can help yourself to any drink you find, but bring me the bottle of Dragon's Breath mead. It's his favorite, so I know he has one there.
So
Until next time.
that's him.
Keep walking, strange. A moth priest? I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about that. Try asking one of the guards. All right.
Well, if there were any guards. So we started another quest, although that one's just a miscellaneous quest.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you look a little sickly.
Seen some mean-spirited folk pass through lately. Thought I was rid of those sorts when I left Markarth.
A moth priest? I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about that. Try asking one of the guards.
Till next time.
If you're looking for a moth priest, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that.
It's funny, she went
Try asking
and
one of the guards.
she went and sat down and started drinking.
All right then.
That's really strange.
Are you... Pasta, I don't know what a moth priest is, but I did see an old man in a robe not long ago. He's riding in a wagon with some Imperial guards. They didn't stop to visit, though. They rode through town, heading south, and went across the big bridge. It was only just a little bit ago. I bet you can catch them if you hurry up.
Alright, somebody is helpful. So they've got Serena programmed
To run my own inns.
to sit down and take more part of it. Let's see. Search along the road that leads south of the Dragon Bridge, which I believe is this way. The dragon has despawned. Am I going the right way? This is south. Investigate the scene of the attack. Here we go. Nothing interesting there. Dead horse for some horse hide. Search the vampire. Vampire disc. Vampire note. Read the vampire note. Miscellaneous. No books. Vampire's note. I have new orders for you. Prepare an ambush just south of Dragon Bridge. Take the Moth Priest to Forebears. Hold out for safekeeping until I break his will. Malchus. Elder Scrolls. Book. So, new map is where? Where's that hideout? capture the Moth Priest and the hideout is where on the map? Here we go. Got it. So I know where to go. I guess as long as I have a companion, going full Dragon Lord is still a problem. And I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of Serena. Not that I really want to get rid of her, I'm just kinda need to. Let's see. Up. How far am I away from the cave?
Who's there?
Wait. Probably need to recharge my weapon too while I'm here. Weapon. I did not do this well at all. Common soul. Greater soul. Where are you, cave? I hope it's up here and I'm not just wasting my time. Don't tell me it was down there. I walked right by it? I totally walked right by it. Okay. And I guess we'll just play a standard Skyrim experience here. We have a full energy portal there. Seems like nobody's over there. Seems like I see a couple of people here. Let's see if we can mark them. Let's aim a little bit higher. See, and usually it feels like you would need to get the full height, but seems like a full charge actually does. Anybody else? Nope, I think I'm good. Critical strike on the dog. These are Dawn Guard dogs with their armor, which I guess didn't really do them any good. Am I gonna go find that I shot a bunch of Dawn Guard people? So that ambush could easily be interpreted a different way, in the sense that it was the Dawn Guard. I'm gonna take a full set of Dawn Guard armor here. It was the Dawn Guard that caught freed the Moth Priest from being captured by vampires instead of vampires capturing the guy. And I guess that was the case, actually. Got a burnt corpse. And over here there should be... Here's a armored frost troll that you could have had as a companion. Although maybe that's not the exact one.
Those vampires put up a hell of a fight. You think they turned him?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's see, heavy boots. I'm gonna start putting some things back now. Let's see, ebony sword, ebony sword. Staff of courage. It's not really one to get rid of, but whatever. Dragon guard armor, full helmet, gauntlets, dawn guard. I've got a decent amount of things I could hand.
I'm working on it.
I need to probably hand it to Serena if I'm not gonna if I'm gonna have her for companion for a while. Deactivate the magical barrier. Didn't even see me coming. So Malchus has a focus lockpick, and I'll take that. And then this guy, I'll take his shield. And here's just a Dawn Guard character. Notice that they are all carrying a lockpick. And this guy's just standing here, I think, intentionally trying to protect himself. Magical suppression. Can I take this? Yeah, I can. Here's a coffin I could sleep in. There's a bunch of vampire coffins around here, so this area clearly is a vampire stronghold, but it had Dawn Guard people in it. Then we just put this here, and it's a waystone.
But my master is dead, and his enemies will pay.
Defeat the enthralled Moth Priest.
I knew I heard something.
Use your vampire seduction power on the Moth Priest. When did I have that power? Vampire seduction power. How does this work? Creatures and people up to level 10 won't fight for 30 seconds.
If you think I'll help you, you're mistaken.
Is this power a battle cry? Feed on the Moth Priest to make him your thaw. Feed him. Interesting. This is getting complicated. Command the Moth Priest to go to the castle.
By the divines, it's as if my eyes have been opened. I am blinded by the light of your majesty. I must obey you.
Cool.
What would you have of me, master?
I command you to travel to Castle Volca,
Certainly. Where can I find this castle?
off the northern coast of Skyrim, due west of Solitude.
I will set out at once then.
Report your success to Harkin. There's nothing more I can do with the waystones. There's nothing here. Interesting. So I'm kind of done. I kind of wonder if I could just fast travel here. Can I fast travel here? Almost certainly not. No. Now I could have played as the Dragon Lord there and done some stuff, but I don't see a real reason to. Before we go return our before we go back to the castle, though, and continue the story, let's make a quick travel to our house and drop off some stuff. Let's see. Here's Lydia. We sent her here. And we never could find our wife, who was supposed to be...
Can I get a few gold to spend?
It's been a real long time since I've asked for money. Sure, here you go.
You're the best. Thanks. Mama!
Alright. Now this dresser drawer is the drawer where I'm just putting things. So, I already have the Dawnbreaker. I'm just putting things here that in theory I would want to eventually sort, but in reality I don't want to sort at all. Dawn Guard, Dawn Guard, Dawn Guard. So I'm just trying to try to get rid of things and lighten my burden that I have. Let's see. Nordic carved armor, Nordic carved armor, Nordic shield. I don't think any of that matters. We'll take that one. And vampire armor and all that. Any potions? No. Scroll we'll throw in there. Food we'll throw in there. Books. And finally, miscellaneous things. Bear pelts, corrodium, death collar hounds, dragon bones, dragon scales, emerald ebony ore, firewood. Let's see. Horsehide iron ingots, mountain ore, ore calcium ore, quicksilver ingots. Silver ore. And that gets me in a nice point. We can run over here and see if possibly there's something to disenchant. Of course there isn't. And then let's just run around here and see if our wife ever showed up. Which she didn't.
His raw fury's fire, and his scales sharpen sides.
I wonder if maybe I sent her to a different house. That is a possibility. And see, this house is so nicely decorated. It's got like weapons everywhere. I wish all of that was automatic and I hadn't spent hours and hours finding Daedric weapons and figuring out where I want to put them.
This next song goes out to the Dragonborn, the savior of Skyrim.
And so I'm the savior of Skyrim now.
I like it here.
Let's see. And then Lydia's walking around here. And unless... Did this apiary ever refill with anything? Well, honeycomb and bees a long time ago. So unless she died a long time ago. What is this? It's like, why is this right next to my house? I know the house wasn't originally here, but this can't possibly be. They can't possibly intentionally be connected to my house. I guess that's a hazard of building a house right in the middle of Skyrim, is you might end up right next to a brutal murder place. I swear I told her to go to my house in Falkreath. I don't own any other houses in Falkreath. Unless she thinks to talk Brotherhood Sanctuary. Or Pine Watch isn't a house that I own. So there's an achievement, and the point here I was going for was to get the achievement to use vampire seduction and feed on your wife, husband. But at this rate, she's not appearing anywhere. It's a bunch of fish here, not really. Bunch of slaughterfish, and that's it. Bunch of walruses. I have this idea that I'm gonna have to walk all the way from this house. Like, this is my bard. Vampire seduction added. Well, there we go. Oh, there she is. So, magic, powers, vampire seduction, use. And then feed.
Where'd you come from?
Damn you. Well, another maggot squashed beneath your feet.
Well, this isn't working well.
No more. I yield. I yield.
Done and done.
Well, that's exactly not what I wanted to happen. Let's see. Load that again. Try doing a little bit of save scumming here. Let's try this again. Vampire powers grow as you hunger. Make sure we have vampires Seduction equipped. Let's try that. Elite Huntress is too powerful for vampire seduction. Oh, really? Well, then I'm gonna have to get more powerful, I suppose. Unless powers can only be used once a day. Interesting. Good to know. So I have no idea what her level is, but I bet it's way higher than 10. Alright. Back to the regular gameplay. I'm gonna have to get my vampire power up to vampire seduction. A Dawn Guard Scout? How'd you get this far? Wait, there's more of them. Well, so if we've got a Dawn Guard people attacking now, I'm gonna have to. We may find that the castle's taken over, and we're gonna have a level of emptying the castle out. Again, the story feels like it's happening really fast. To the point where the whole setup of the 15 points of being a vampire lord makes a lot more sense. Nope, nobody here, just scouts outside. Here we've got...
What is your command?
I guess he probably doesn't follow anybody else's command except for mine.
Surprised you weren't at the last meeting with our lord, Galbo. Too busy plotting to overthrow him to show up? Do you need something? What meeting?
Well met, sister.
Or with any such thing? Well done.
So these are the two.
I just assumed he'd sent for both of us. How awkward for you.
So those two are the pains in the butt.
Well done. Somehow I knew it would be you and Serana who found our moth priest.
Let's talk to him. I have made the moth priest my thrall.
Yes, I see that. I trust his capture was not too...
Hopefully that doesn't hurt his chances of reading it. The Dawn Guard tried to stop me, but they posed no threat. Were there? They fought well. They nearly killed me.
I wish I could have been there to hear the sounds of their screams. Well, your thrall awaits, and we have given him the Elder Scroll. Command him to read it, and let us hear the words of prophecy together.
I'm surprised he even took the Elder Scroll. I would imagine he would just sit there.
Master, I have done as you asked and traveled here.
Okay. I have a new task for you.
Of course. What is it that you need me to do?
You must read an Elder Scroll.
Ah, yes, the Elder Scroll. I admit, I am looking forward to this.
Then you may begin your reading.
Of course, Master. Now, if everyone will please be quiet, I must concentrate. I see a vision before me. An image of a great bow. I know this weapon. It is Oriel's bow. Now a voice whispers, saying, among the night's children, a dread lord will rise. In an age of strife, when dragons return to the realm of men, darkness will mingle with light, and the night and the day will be as one. The voice fades and the words begin to shimmer and distort. But wait, there is more here. The secret of the bow's power is written elsewhere, I think there is more to the prophecy, recorded in other scrolls. Yes, I see them now. One contains the ancient secrets of the dragons, and the other speaks of the potency of ancient blood. My vision darkens, and I see no more. To know the complete prophecy, we must have the other two scrolls.
Okay, so are we gonna have to go back and get the scroll we already had?
What meeting?
That was not as useful as I would have liked. Even so, you did well.
Do you know what the other scrolls are?
My traitor wife stole one of them away and then disappeared. As for the other, the last that I heard, it was lost in the bowels of a Dwemer ruin. It seems our work is not yet done. But I have waited this long, and we are so very close now. I can wait a bit longer.
Yeah, mortal creatures probably not super upset about having to wait. So we've started chasing echoes. Where's Serena? Started seeking disclosure. Find the Elder Scroll Dragon, find the Elder Scroll Blood. It really does change the whole game when started scroll scouting. Buy back the Elder Scroll from the guy. Okay. Alright, we can do that. Serena, talk to you. What's on your mind?
That moth priest, Dexian. He said we needed 2 other Elder Scrolls. I think I know where we can start looking.
Why didn't you say something earlier?
Didn't want that lot getting wind of it. Especially my father.
What is between you two? Does Harkin even care about you anymore?
You know, I've asked myself the same thing. I hoped that if he saw me, he might feel something again. But I guess I don't really factor in at this point. I don't even think he sees me as his daughter anymore. I'm just a means to an end. We need to find my mother, Valerica. She'll definitely know where it is. And if we're lucky, she actually has it herself. The last time I saw her, she said that she'd go somewhere safe. Somewhere that my father would never search. Other than that, she wouldn't tell me anything. But the way she said it, someplace he would never search. It was cryptic, yet she called attention to it.
Maybe your mother didn't trust you either.
Maybe. What I can't figure out is why she said it that way. Besides, I can't imagine a single place my father would avoid looking. And he's had all this time, too. Any ideas?
Hiding with the Dawn Guard, sealed away like you. How about right here in the castle?
Wait, that almost makes sense. I used to help my mother tend a garden in the courtyard here. All of the ingredients for our potions came from there. She used to say that my father couldn't stand the place. Too peaceful. Oh, absolutely. But my mother's not a coward. That is, I don't think we'll actually trip over her there, but it's worth a look. Trust me, I lived here a very long time and I know every nook and cranny. There's an unused inlet on the northern side of the island that was used by the previous owners to bring supplies into the castle. An old escape tunnel from the castle exits there. I think that's our way in.
Alright.
Come on, it's just around the side.
So, I think it's...
What did you need?
Let's trade some
Do you
items
think
with
it'll
her.
help?
Only appropriate here if I give her a dragon bow arrow. We'll give her some of those. And if I give her Moloch Ball's weapon, because Moloch Ball was the one that turned her. Let's see, dragon scale boots, dragon scale armor, dragon scale gauntlets, dragon scale helmet. Maybe a glass shield and Let's see. Increase health by 50 points. It's kind of weird that my companions can die at all. I'd prefer that they couldn't. I think that's one thing in particular that they got right in
I can't wait to see the courtyard again.
in Fallout 4 was the idea of they said, look, most players who have companions that can die just
What did you need?
just save scum and load the previous autosave if they do die, so let's just take that element of the game out. And it's pretty hard to even kill the people here in this one. So this scroll scouting is, in order to discover the locations of a royal spell, I need to acquire the scroll that foretells the interactions with the dragons with the Yeti. He said this particular scroll. Having sold that particular scroll to Orc at the Cauldron Winterhold, I need to return there to see if he's willing to sell it back. Which he probably isn't. And then, so we may have to do some negotiation with him. But it's actually going to be a pretty easy experience getting these 2 Elder Scrolls, considering we've already done it. Now, if you hadn't played the main story, because you can do Dawnguard at level 10, which level 10 is not really that high at all, then I suppose this is the point in the DLC where they would say they're forcing you to play the main story. And not really surprising that they would use the Elder Scroll as the key to prevent you from going any further. Wish I could hit these birds, but I don't think I can. Let's see. We've got a bird flying. Yeah, I don't think so. Just leave that one alone. Let's see. Yeah, I seriously doubt that you could actually interact with the birds. And this is the way in. What would have happened if I had chosen a different location? I imagine we'll find some bit of information here that points us to a central location where she actually is. Here we go into the Undercroft. Interesting name. I still feel like I'm not being able to embrace the Vampire Lord element, though. Because she seems to get mad at you when you use it.
The old water cistern. On some days, this would smell just... Be glad you weren't here then.
Is that from blood, or is it from... sewage? These death hounds. I suppose they're faster versions. Oh yeah, and I guess my archery is up, almost up to 80. Like, yeah, the death hounds are, I guess, just wolves with a skin on them. Oh, that's her skeleton. Never mind. See, that's going to be confusing.
Hello? Who's there?
Where'd you come from?
So I have to wait till Serena decides to talk to him. This feral vampire.
That'll teach you.
See, journal fragment. Let's read this journal fragment, which is under books. Not good enough to live in the stupid keep, am I? Stupid sods don't realize I moved into the undercroft and start taking control of their own death hounds. I'll get my revenge. I suppose I could do some alchemy. Vampire gauntlets. I'm not sure I've ever had vampire gauntlets before.
Yes? What did you need?
Potion of Extreme Magicka. A book. Another book. Bloody rags. Vampire boots. And something that opens a door. This and a bear trap. Moving forward to the next section.
Take a left over here. This is one of those weird double-barred security measures that my father put in when he got more paranoid. If we follow that path around, we can find the other switch.
So she's saying go left. And this is a full-on death trap, and we can hear something making noise over there. And those things hurt you. They don't make noise. Interesting. And arguably they make a decent amount of damage. The spikes on. I'm trying to figure out what that sound is that we're hearing. Is it? Where'd all these dogs come from? Oh, it's a skeleton, yeah. That's what that sound is.
Must be gone now.
A lot of people killed right there in that hallway. Dead bodies everywhere. And see, I don't know if Death Hound collars have any value. I mean, they certainly probably sell for something, but do they have any other use in the game? Or are they just one of the many items in this game that is added for no real reason?
Yes? What did you need?
It gets down to the point where I'd prefer if games instead just fill the room with stuff and then put a slight glow around a few items that you could pick up and actually use.
What did you need?
Because this oddly is a middle ground technique here. Having every single item that you see in the game, theoretically, well, almost every single item. There's a few items you can't pick up, but most items you can, and then most of those items are pointless. Gold, iron, lockpicks. And I would kind of rather either have a game where almost nothing can be picked up, or possibly, like I said, there's a lot of things, but only a few of them are highlighted, and you start to learn throughout gameplay what are the things you can do and what are the things. Like, there's no reason to really be able to search barrels. They give you almost nothing. On rare occasions, they'll give you a moderately useful ingredient for making potions, but then the potions mechanic itself is only moderately useful. Is that splashing because there's somebody there? No, it's just splashing because the game is glitchy. I thought there might be a ghost, even though we haven't seen any like invisible ghosts in the entire game at all. So what's over here on this side? Apparently some bear traps that Ooh, yeah, and if you get too close to them, they do hurt you. Interesting. And you can't get under the water. And it seems like there's nothing here. Okay. I've got that figured out. We'll go ahead and do our roll. And go up here. I did have a thought. If I go below the College of Winterhold, maybe I could put the inscribed lexicon in that box with the Oblivion Gate, and maybe that would do something.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries.
It's kind of not
This used to lead
surprising.
into the castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it sealed up. I used to walk through here after evening meals. It was once.
Looks like there's...
This was my mother's garden. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this. Wait.
There's a big clock here in the middle. This is custom created.
Something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something.
Investigate the moon dial. Well, this would be the East Tower. And there's furniture over here. And that's the North Tower. Here's a half moon crest. I wasn't even certain I was going to end up looking for these things. I'm just wandering around looking for collectibles. Canis root. So either my single half moon crest thing I've just found is the only one, or we're going to end up going to these towers, doing a little bit of busy work. There's nightshade all over the place. Nope, there's another one, full moon crest. How many do you think are around here, I wonder? I could see them needing a couple more, and I could see it stopping at 3 or even 2. Skyrim seems to follow the Nintendo 3 times the charm mentality. There's nothing you can read here on these graves, so let's investigate.
I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial.
Well, you have place missing crest. Don't have it. Place missing crest. Do have that one. Do have that one.
I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial.
Alright. So there's one missing here. One missing here. One missing here.
I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial.
And where's our quest go? Investigate the moon dial. Is this investigating?
I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial.
What's so special about the moon dial?
As far as I'm aware, it's the only one in existence.
Probably
The
is in
previous
this
owners
game.
of the castle had a sundial in the courtyard, and obviously that didn't appeal to my mother. She persuaded an elven artisan to make some improvements. You can see the plates that show the phases of the moons, Masser and Secunda.
Does it work?
That's the thing. What's the point of a moon dial? I always wondered why she didn't just have the whole thing ripped out. But she loved it. I don't know. I guess it's like having a piece of art, if you're into that sort of thing. Hard to say. Maybe if we found the missing crests, we could figure it out.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I'd say the moment Mother fled the castle, Father went on a rampage. Knowing him, anything at all that reminded him of her was just destroyed. It appears that way. I suppose he wanted to put the past behind him. Perhaps if he had spent more time with us, he would have recognized the beauty for himself.
Tell me about your family.
There's not a whole lot to tell. You've already seen my father's obsession. My mother's not a whole lot better, but you'll see that soon enough.
Yeah, were you close?
It's not that simple. I guess it never is with families, is it? What about you? What were your parents like?
Ooh, have I asked this question before? Let's see. Let's just say we never got along good. Let's just mirror her situation.
That's too bad. Do you know how they're doing now?
Let's see.
That makes sense. Let's just keep going.
And see, that probably was pointless conversation there. Making up my own backstory, but I'm cool with it. Let's see. I think it's probably unrealistic to believe that I could find the remaining missing pieces. It's like 1, 2, 3. I just don't think there are 3 moon dials sitting around here. So I think, yeah, it's only logical to decide to start going into the towers. So let's see how much of a tower this really is. It's a pretty big tower, it seems. So, we're gonna have more to do. See, if you look at the size of the map and you double it just as a rough estimate, that's probably the area. Even if it's just one big room, that's something to do. And so once we're done investigating the moon dial, all I need to do is go buy back the other Elder Scroll, and then we are doing pretty good. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.